I've been delving a lot into my collection recently, and I am in a thick vein of slasher movies, and I'm digging into the slasher classics. This is another one of these movies, and most of these movies from this collection I haven't seen before, so they're really quite interesting for a first time watch, and for somebody who really likes the aesthetic of the sort of mid-70s, sort of 80s horror kind of things that came out then. Slaughterhouse Rock is a movie that I had never even heard of before, but it has obvious influences from some of the Italian giallos to A Nightmare on Elm Street and things like that all the way through it. The movie is basically about Alcatraz Island. It gets there in the story, but at the start there is a sort of plot device about a heavy metal band that went there, went missing, and were discovered, dismembered, brutally killed. And they have this guy Alex who's having these nightmares about this place, who sees visions of this band being murdered. He is restless. There is something that is just gnawing at his soul, and he's unsure what it is. Talking to his friends and that, they kind of come up to, why don't we go to the island? It's some harebrained scream to try and get him to break free of this, what they think is maybe a kind of curse, because they burst into his room at one point and they find him floating about 3 feet in the air, which is, kind of weird to find somebody in that predicament. They go to the island, Alcatraz, they sort of break into it, it's abandoned, things go belly up pretty much, and people start to die in various manners. I love the way this kind of melds sort of like 80s rock with this kind of weird esoteric images that don't really pair up with it, but they threw it together anyway, and they create something that's pretty unique. When the movie starts off, I didn't really know what I was getting it into, because it had all these really kind of nice dream sequences, the kind of haunting, but they felt like typical slasher stuff that would have been home on a Friday the 13th. It's down in the sewers, there's this madman that's chopping off limbs of people, it's kind of gnarly, it's fun, it's practical, which is always huge points in my book for that kind of stuff. Sometimes it just doesn't look real, but it's fun to see happen out. When it moves to Alcatraz Island and one of the characters get possessed and that becomes the person that starts to kill them off, it gets just wacky and crazy. And that kind of brings the movie down a little bit, because it is trying something new, but the something new doesn't exactly work in this. You have the ghost of the heavy metal singer that was murdered talking to our main character, who is unconscious in a kind of dreamland, trying to stop the evil entity that's there. There is a nice backstory to the evil entity, and it doesn't take place in the prison. It goes back to sort of colonial times when there was like just a crazed guy that just ate people. And all in all, it just kind of ties together in a sort of really ridiculous fashion. You get lots of moody shots of sort of like dry ice and blue lights as they're talking about Alcatraz. It has the fair shake of breasts and blood, as these things always kind of have. And it has this reoccurring music all the way through it, which is actually kind of catchy and kind of fun. It is most definitely a movie of two halves. I definitely preferred the first half, when they were sort of dealing with his dreams, his insomnia, his life as he's trying to deal with everything that's going on, as opposed to the Alcatraz Island stuff, where the bulk of the movie is kind of set. I feel that it gets a little bit tropey, a little bit sillier than it should have, and a little bit esoteric in some of its mannerisms and the way it's kind of shot, and the story it's kind of telling there doesn't really fit in with everything. But overall, I had a fun experience with Slaughterhouse Rock. It was a movie that I wasn't really sure what to expect from it, and I got a fantastic transfer from the 88 films disc, which is just phenomenal. I've not managed to check out the extras in the disc yet. I know there's a kind of sort of small interview scene, and like I said, this is from a 4K master, which is absolutely astounding in these kind of movies. You just don't expect to get that kind of quality, but there it is in front of you. Is just a joy to check out. This is another slasher that, wasn't great, but that doesn't matter. Being a horror fan and being a fan of these kind of movies, you don't want them to be great all the time. You want the flaws. It's part of the fun of watching these movies, is being able to poke out the silliness and just laugh at the absurdity of some of the lines, or the acting, the set design, as long as they spend the money on the good stuff. The crazy effects and the gore is always just, should be prominent in these type of things, and it is so here, and it's kind of fun. But yeah, Slaughterhouse Rock, weird, it's wacky, strange, looks terrific, and I had a whole lot of fun with it. Something I would probably go back to again. A few friends over, a few beers, definitely just a fun movie to check out, and I can thoroughly recommend it. Can't wait to move on to my next Slasher Classics movie. Thanks for watching. I'd love to know your opinion on this movie, and I'll see you next time on Man vs. Film.